That's enough Germanic, Teutonic, Bayernic stuff. How about some quick hits instead?
Let's go, Gab.
Up until injury time in the first half, it looked like we might have an upset for the ages as Luxembourg were beating Portugal 1-0. Then Diogo Jota and Cristiano Ronaldo led the comeback. But, Jules, it feels like Portugal are punching well below their weight.
Yeah, they didn't play well at all. I know they won and they could have scored more. Cristiano could have had a hat-trick, but...
Cristiano one-on-one with the keeper?
Yeah.
I feel like he's going
to bury that.
Yeah.
And he didn't. But the first half especially was so bad. I mean, Joao Felix got injured as well, on top of everything else. Not that he was playing great, but still. And they were really lucky to score that first goal, the Jota goal, straight before, almost before half-time, and going at 1-1 instead of just being 1-0 down. Gerson Rodriguez with the Dynamo Kiev striker, who's from Portuguese descent, scoring that goal as well for Luxembourg. So, great. But we said on Monday, Luxembourg got much better. They're improving, they're solid, they were aggressive, they pressed well.
You know what? And the cool thing about this, and I send this out to all my boys in the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, is, you know, the single largest ethnic group, or the single largest minority, I should say, in Luxembourg, is Portuguese.
Exactly.
This is what's so fantastic. It's like a derby.
So good, man. It is. John Stones becomes the redemption story of the night as England beat Poland 2-1. Gab, how did they look? So he gifted a goal to Poland with a huge mistake and then gave the assist on the winning goal.
Yeah. By the way, that was some leap. He's got hops, John Stones. Like, I don't know if I guess the other guy bent down, but still. I thought England looked pretty good. Obviously, Poland, they had, guys missing through COVID, and obviously no Robert Lewandowski. But there's something mature about this England team where, they don't freak out. Yeah, the midfield, I think if the opposition sits, this midfield's not going to create. They're not going to create from deep. So you have to make it happen with the wingers. But it was interesting, too. Southgate decided to play Mount. I don't think Mount looked completely fit. I know he missed a training session. I guess he was past fit. But he wanted to put his best 11 out there, obviously, of the players available. And I think that's pretty much what he saw. And I think you're encouraged because of the character they showed to get back into it.
I think you're really kind.
Oh, come on. How could you not be kind to
How can
Uncle
we make
Gareth?
no substitutions? You 1-1. You're not playing well. Milik
You
had
with
a
the
chance.
substitutions always.
Poland was the best side in the second half.
Relax when Henderson and Sancho and Rashford come back. By the way, and Raheem Sterling, the one-on-ones, you still have that tool. That works. Yeah. Spain beat Kosovo 3-1 as Dani Olmo once again comes up big for Spain. Jules, I kind of feel like the best is yet to come, both from Dani Olmo and from Spain.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it was so bad against Georgia overall that you expected a reaction. He changed a few players. Dani Olmo, who scored the winning goal in added time against Georgia, scored a lovely, lovely goal. If you haven't seen it,
Mr. Tekker's here.
Wow.
That's nice.
Top corner. He's given far too much time, but still, Unai Simon, this is a game to forget for him. But it's a great goal from Kosovo after that huge mistake. But yeah, Luis Enrique was happy. I'm not sure I would be as optimistic as him because it's still a lot of passes. It's still slow and everything. But hey, they've got the players
so
only
much
to be
talent
better.
there's so much depth and talent in certain positions.
That's
and
true.
in others, you just feel like they're still trying to find the right combination.
Yeah. However, Gab, there was some pretty ugly politics heading into this game as well. And even during the game, I mean, they wrote Kosovo like in little,
Yeah, so like we obviously steer clear of politics here, but one of the issues is that Kosovo, as a country, has only been recognized or it's been recognized by 98 countries in the world, and Spain are not one of them. Has to do with claims of independence from Catalonia and the Basque Country, supposedly. Whatever the case is, Spanish television, apparently on the advice of the Spanish FA, said, well, let's not capitalize Kosovo in the top left-hand corner. Even though this is what the UEFA feed sends out, they're both at all caps. They put it lowercase. They called it Kosovo territory. And I'm thinking to myself, really? Look, I don't want to get into politics and who's right or wrong, right? But if you agree to play in a tournament, unless you go, and this has happened in the past for security reasons, right? It's the reason why Israel plays in Europe or why Ukraine and Russia were kept separate in the past. Unless you say, listen, we don't want to be in a group with Kosovo, then that's fine. And then FIFA, UEFA, whoever's competent decides. But in this case, once you've agreed.
Exactly.
By the way, Greece doesn't recognize Kosovo either. I no issues there with them, right? Once you agree, they are your guests. They're coming into your country. You treat them with respect.
Yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
It's as simple as that. If you don't have a problem, then deal with it before.
Yeah.
It's just so unnecessary. France went away to Bosnia 1-0, and your boy Antoine Griezmann does it again. He's better in a blue shirt than a...
White. They played in white yesterday.
Okay, it's still all blue inside.
Yeah, he scored the winning goal. Listen, it was
Hugo Lloris made a pretty special
save as well on the day where he became the second most capped player for France.
You always do is bring up the second, third, fourth.
That is great. Second, it's good.
Listen, call me when they become number one.
Once we win the Euros and then win the next World Cup.
Is it Thuram, is it?
Thuram 145. So he's still 20 behind, but 20 caps is easy to do. But the most important was the win. It was very clinical, very efficient, not great in the game, but hey, they won't care. Italy are also 3-3 in qualifying. Not that France are, and they beat Lithuania 2-0. Gab, this is some kind of record, right? It's 25 games in a row unbeaten.
I meant 3-3, like the big boys, like England and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, big boys.
Yeah, weirdly, the record is 5 straight games that Italy have won by 2 goals or more. Okay. This has never happened in their history. Now, for a country that has won 4 World Cups, this is a pretty embarrassing record. Italy always traditionally really, really poor in qualifying. Like in this game, I told you what he did. He called up 38 players for a reason. He mixed everything up, right? Yeah. Oh, look, there's El Shaarawy. I mean, El Shaarawy, love the guy and everything, but he ain't going to the Euros unless everybody gets hurt.
Toloi at right back.
Toloi, naturalized option. He did all right, yeah. And remember, he plays center back for his club team. So, and Stefano Sensi scored the goal. Immobile squandered a bunch of chances, but then converted the penalty. Look, you got through it with 9 points, onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.